Hello everyone, and welcome to Balan Wonderworld, or at least Chapter 5, Act 1 of Balan Wonderworld. I'm showing you this level because this is the level that really opened up my mind to what the level design was capable of, and honestly, I really love this game so far, and if it keeps up with this level design, then it might be one of my favorite 3D platformers. But I just really adore how the level design and costume mechanics have worked out so far. We're going to grab the Jumping Jack costume for this level, because we want it. We need it for a lot of stuff. It's this costume we got all the way back in Chapter 1, Act 1. And what it does is it flutter jumps, which may not seem all that impressive. You can see it right here. But there are nuances to it that'll make it very useful. We picked up the Guardian Bird outfit, one of the new outfits for this level, and this one shoots homing tornadoes, or rather tornadoes that kind of lock onto the enemies, but your body twists to shoot them. Not what most people would think of when they think of homing, but they do hit enemies. One of these enemy types can also shoot tornadoes at us, and I'd like him to shoot one so we can hit it back, because that's something we can do with our new costume. But he might end up getting bullied by the Tims, which are these squishy things following us. Sometimes they attack enemies, or bump into them, and they die. Yeah, exactly like that. So, I've played this level a few times, but I want to be completely transparent. Haven't looked up a guide. Every collectible, every path, found it myself. Keep that in mind while you're watching, please. I'm very proud of myself. So there's a clear path forward right here. But over to the left, there's another path up this tree branch, rather. And if we look over to the right when we get up here, there's some cool stuff over there, but there's no way we can reach it, right? Well, you'd be wrong about that. If we get even further up on the branch and have the Jumping Jack costume equipped, we can use other costumes, but I just prefer this one. If we time our flutter jump just right, we can get over here. And over here is one of the hardest to find costumes that I've seen so far. On occasion, the game has really super hidden costumes like this. And this one is the Lucky Egg. The Lucky Egg grabs objects from far away, just sort of magnetizes them to it. But if we jump with the Lucky Egg or fall from pretty much any distance, the Lucky Egg breaks. So we have to keep that in mind. Now, this may not seem super useful because we're only collecting drops, which are Balan Wonderworld's equivalent to coins, but it can actually pick up more than that, as you'll see shortly. And we're going to go get the second costume for this level. We're going to ignore the enemies over there because I like to play dangerously. Here's the new costume, but we don't have a key for it. No worry, because the Lucky Egg can pick up that key from over there and the hidden egg behind the house. Yeah, it picks up eggs and keys, too. It's just generally convenient to have around. Can grab stuff without needing to platform. Anyway, as is always with lizard power-ups, we can use it to latch onto things, such as this. Nothing too fancy, but we can use it to get to some areas we couldn't before, obviously. There are usually other ways to get to those areas as well. One of my favorite things about Balan Wonderworld is how you can use multiple costumes to solve platforming puzzles instead of just one costume. But for now, we're going to use the costume as intended to flip this switch. We actually hit it on the way up. But once the door finishes opening, and we're allowed to stand up here, we're going to look up at the ceiling, like I did once upon a time, and see that there's one of the main collectibles, a Balan statue up there, along with some goodies. And you might be wondering how in the world we're supposed to get up there with the costumes we currently have. We don't have a costume that can jump nearly that high, and I don't think we ever will. But you'll see, we'll get up there. Seeing collectibles in the environment like that and wondering, how do I get up there? Can I get up there? That's really a huge part of the fun for me. Let me just grab those without needing to use the lizard tongue. And there's another Balan statue over here to the left. We're just gonna make the seesaw platform raise a bit so the jump is safer. And on the other side of the seesaw platforms, we can see a block that we can break to jump over, or we can jump around the block instead of breaking it. We have a few costumes that could have broken the block, but we already have this hover costume, and while we're up here, I see something over to the left that I didn't see, even though I played this level previously a few times. Like, over there looks like a very makeable jump to the inside of that tree, so we're gonna go for it. This thing has a massive horizontal distance. There we go. Yeah, I hadn't been here until this recording, even though I played this level 3 or so times prior. I just keep finding new things every time. I go through a level, keep finding new uses for the costumes, new ways to play. Alright, and it looks like we could have gotten here from another angle. So we're going to look around, see what the other angle we could have arrived at looks like. See if we can puzzle out the other way you could have gotten up here. And it looks like from back in one of the earliest rooms we could have gotten up here with the Lickshot Lizard. So we're going to find the safest way down to that path and see what else we might be missing down there. This looks good. And in this room, we have another egg to take with us back to the Tim Garden, which is very similar to the Chow Garden. It's not actually called the Tim Garden, it's called Tim Island, or Tim Isle, one of those two. But it's definitely a Chow Garden. So yeah, that collectible and that path to that collectible, that took a few playthroughs of the level to even find. You could see me discovering the pathway in real time in this video. You may have also noticed that the Balan statues, although they are our main collectible, are not hidden or placed like main collectibles in other 3D platformers. Anyway, we were going this way before I got distracted by that jump over to our left. And you may remember earlier, we looked up and saw a Balan statue that seemed impossible to get to, but it's right up here. And if we traverse this pathway with the lucky egg, we can grab all of these drops on our way without having to jump and risk falling down. We can just scoot ourselves along the ledge and the lucky egg will grab all these drops. And if we're very careful, we can make our way down to the ledge below without having to use the Lickshot Lizard. We just have to fall at the right angle. But yeah, so these Balan statues, these are the main collectibles. Like, you need these to unlock new levels. And they're not hidden like stars or thunder eggs or anything of the sort. They're main collectibles that are hidden like side collectibles, and I love that. It reminds me a bit of Power Moons from Mario Odyssey, except these seem to be hidden in a more... Oh, hello, Mr. Mini-Boss. We're actually not going to be fighting the Mini-Boss in this level. Usually you fight them to open the door, but there's a few levels where you can go around them, and this is one of them. We're gonna look around this corner here, and we'll see... After I make the camera behave, we'll see there's a platform we can jump to, so we're gonna do that. And if we walk along this red railing to the left even further, we can see there's a Balan statue hiding way over there. Again, I'd like to stress, I didn't look up any guides to find this stuff. I found this stuff by myself without any help from anyone but me and my brain. And I think I'm pretty great at video games, personally. Anyway, we can make our way over there. We just have to do some very particular platforming to get over there. It may look like a super impossible jump, but this jumping jack outfit is not to be... Oh, shoot. So as I was saying, the jumping jack outfit is not to be underestimated. That jump is totally makeable. We just have to fall a bit, so that way the flutter jump gains optimal horizontal distance. And now, we've officially gone around the boss fight. And you can't tell me it was unintentional, because there's a main collectible up here. That black bar on the right side of the screen, though, that is unintentional. That's not what that's supposed to look like. Anyway, I love this game so far, really. I love the way the resource management and the costume system forces you to look at the environment and consider whether these costumes, which initially seem to have a single use, might be useful for other things. And if you're just thinking I bullied this particular level using the jumping jack outfit, there are several other times in the game where there are alternate solutions to things. So it's not like this is a one-off. The level design is just always like this. And if it keeps being this way, honestly, I think I'm just going to love the game as a whole.